Hey guys, Caroline here, back for Facebook Live number 15. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to reduce overwhelm. We've all been in a situation where looking at our to-do list, we feel the heart racing, the stress level jumps through the roof, and then sure enough, we end up doing anything else but not what we put on our to-do list. And that is because our mind goes into overwhelm. So when the mind goes into overwhelm, it kicks in the procrastination. So what can we do in order to reduce overwhelm? Well, I'm going to share with you 4 steps to reduce overwhelm. The first one is do a brain dump. That is, put everything that you have to do, put everything down on paper. You take everything that is in your head and you put it on paper. And why that is important is because what you have in your head, it takes up bandwidth. Think about the computer. All the programs that you run in the background, even though you're not actively using those programs, they slow down your computer. It's the same thing with those things that you have in your mind, even though you're not actively thinking about them. They take up bandwidth, they take up energy, and therefore, when you have a lot of those, it creates overwhelm, it creates stress and anxiety. So take everything from your head and put them down on paper. So that's step number 1. Step number 2, look at your list and make sure that they are single item tasks. Meaning that if you do this, you can check it off your list. Writing a book, for example, is not a single item task, because writing a book can be broken down into smaller steps. So make sure that those are single item tasks that you can do quickly, and once it's done, you can take it off your list. Number 3, categorize. It's important that you categorize your items, because the mind, the conscious mind, can only handle 5 to 7 items. Anything more than that and it goes into overwhelm. It's too much. So therefore, find 5 to 7 categories and apply those labels to your to-do list. For example, one of the category might be admin. And when you do that, the brain, because it's categorized, it's sorted, it only will look at the categories instead of the individual items. And by doing that, just doing that, it reduces overwhelm. And then the fourth step is decide when to do it. You might want to lump all the tasks into a chunk of time that you use, block off a chunk of time, and during that chunk of time you do all the items in one category. For example, I'm thinking of admin stuff because I hate doing admin stuff, and whenever I see admin stuff on my to-do list, I get stressed and overwhelmed. So what I would do is I will lump all the admin stuff together and I will block off a chunk of time, and during that chunk of time I do nothing else but admin stuff. And when you block off time and you're not multitasking, it helps you stay focused. Your energy is focused on those tasks, and it helps you get more done. Multitasking is actually a waste of time and energy, because when you switch from one item to another, the brain needs time in order to adjust to the next thing. So if you do something while you're checking Facebook, it takes the brain more energy. Hi Sergio. It takes the brain more energy. So therefore, when you work on something, block of time, don't do anything else. Otherwise, your brain will waste energy to switch from one item to another. What I like to do is what I call the power hour. So for 1 hour, I will work on a task. I will set my timer. I will work on the task for 1 solid hour. No distraction, no checking social media, no phone, no nothing. Just working on that. And once that's done, then I will take a break and then move on to another item. Or if I need more time to finish that task, I will do another power hour. So try the power hour and see how it helps you stay more focused and help you get more productive. So decide when. For me, the decide when is it something I can do today, tomorrow, or later? So make sure that you have clarity as to what needs to be done and when you want that done. Clarity really helps the mind not go into overwhelm. We procrastinate because we're not clear about what needs to be done, when it needs to be done. So clarity really helps you not go into overwhelm. To recap, 4 steps. First one, do a brain dump. Put everything in your head down on paper. Second step is make sure that each item is a single task and not a big task. If it's a big task, break it down into smaller tasks that you can do easily. Third step is categorize. No more than 5 to 7 categories. Otherwise, the conscious mind cannot handle it. It goes into overwhelm. And the fourth step is decide when you want to do it. Clarity is key here. All right, guys, that's it for me for today. So I will see you next week. And this week I am doing a YouTube video. Ciao!